Hi there guys, Tom Quayle here. Hope everybody's doing very well out there in internet land as usual. Now, not content with releasing the Quad Cortex this week, the guys at Neural DSP have decided it might be a good idea to release a brand new plugin in the same week. Crazy. Amazing, in fact. I mean, these guys are absolutely knocking it out of the park at the moment. This is the Soldano SLO-100 plugin from the wonderful chaps at Neural DSP. Let's check it out. So here's the interface, guys. Anybody who's used to using Neural DSP plugins or has used them even briefly in the past will be very familiar with this fantastic layout. Their plugins look gorgeous, and this Soldano SLO-100 is no different. As has become standard with the Neural DSP stuff, you've got your 5 different tabs along the top. So starting on the leftmost tab, you've got 4 different pedals in this particular plugin. So you've got a compressor, you've got 2 overdrives, one of which is more of like a TS style, slightly clean bleed, slightly softer clipping style overdrive, which is great as a standalone overdrive on the clean channel or the crunch channel, or for obviously boosting. Then you've got what to my ears sounds more like a MOSFET style thing, a slightly harder clipping distortion style circuit that's got this really interesting EQ section on it, which basically allows you to switch between a flat signal, so all frequencies boosted equally, or you can have this kind of upper mids, treble kind of boost as well, which is really, really nice. And then you've got a chorus, which to my ears is kind of an 80s style chorus. It's got this interesting delay control as well, so you can start to tweak kind of the way the chorus feels in terms of it reacting with the signal, which is very cool. Then we've got the amp itself, beautiful Soldano SLO-100. I know there's a lot of people out there, including myself, who want one of these amps, but we can't afford one. And this is going to be a fantastic alternative. Now, first time I've ever seen this, although this may be on other Neural DSP plugins, but I've never seen it, is the ability to reskin it. So we've got black, it's like custom shop SLO stuff. We also have purple, which is a classic SLO-100 color. And we also have down here, snakeskin. Who wouldn't want snakeskin? Super, super, super cool. So that then is for the amplifier, and obviously we've got all of the standard controls for the SLO-100 that you'd expect to find. Overdrive and a normal channel, bright switch. We've got a crunch switch on there to switch between crunch and clean for the normal channel, and then obviously the 3-band EQ, which is shared, and then all the standard controls. Moving over, we've got a 9-band EQ, which again is standard stuff for the Neural DSP plugins. I've got a little EQ in here, which is basically, I'm using this for all my presets. This is the kind of EQ I like. I'm not doing a great deal though. And then we've got the speaker simulation. These have all been done by Nolly, which is the standard kind of stuff for Neural DSP. Absolutely killer impulse responses, a whole bunch of these. Load of different mics in here, as you'd expect, all the standard stuff again for Neural DSP. You can load in custom IRs, of course, and this is double. So you've got 2 microphones on the 2 speakers here, and you can change your position, your distance, the level, the panning, you know, all the usual stuff, the phase, and of course, as with all of the Neural DSP stuff, you can drag and move these around with this kind of GUI, graphical interface, to make things easier. The final tab here, if you like, is the post effects. So you've got your delay and your reverb. Now, as with all the Neural DSP stuff, these sound absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful reverb on here, which has got a huge tail if you want it, or the lower decay settings is more like a room reverb, which is how I kind of like it, but I'll show you both. And obviously the delay. And the delay can be tempo synced. You'll see down the bottom here, we've got some little kind of functionality in terms of settings, metronome, tempo settings, and then your MIDI as well. And this is fully MIDI controllable, so you can map continuous controllers, program changes, and do whatever you need to do basically. So all the usual functionality from Neural DSP. You then have the top section, which is your input, your gates, which I'm using a little bit here. Don't need a lot to go a long way. Mono stereo input, your preset management. There's no presets in here yet because this is a pre-release version. The post-release version or the released version will have a bunch of artist presets in. And there I've got 5 different presets in there. You can sort of export those, you know, save, do whatever you need to. And then you've got your output section. So it's really easy to use and intuitive, as all of their plugins are. So I am plugged in via the Quad Cortex. I'm actually using it as an audio interface. My latency is about 2.16 milliseconds, something like that. So as I play, I can't feel any latency. The feel is really good, but of course you could use this with any audio interface. And of course it's Mac and Windows compatible. The one nice thing about using it with the Quad Cortex, or say an ActFX or a Line 6 Helix system, if you're using it as a class compliant audio interface, is that you can run the signal back into your hardware device and combine it with the effects on your hardware device, which is kind of cool. So that's one of the reasons why I've got it set up this way. Although I'm not doing that in this video. I may do another video on that. So let's start by listening to some sound. So at the moment, if we go to the amp here, we've got a high gain sound. SLO-100s are a high gain amplifier, although the clean sounds are awesome too. And at the moment, this is what I've got set up. So I'm on the overdrive channel. I've got the overdrive about halfway up. And then the EQ controls are set, as you can see. I like to run the master fairly high. If I just show you really quickly what the master volume is doing, I'm running it so that it stops getting louder and just starts to, that point where it stops getting louder and starts to compress. So if I show you, you'll hear it get louder and then it will stop getting louder, and that's the point where I like to set it. So it's about between 6 and 7 there. I mean, that's unbelievable sound. It's so great, and it feels fantastic under the fingers. Now I am actually running overdrive 1 in front of this. So if I take that out, so I like overdrive 1 because it slightly tightens up the bottom end. It's amazing. The delay sounds really good as well. So we'll take that out. Let's play with the amp a little bit. So if we bring the overdrive down, bring the master volume up a little bit. Very reactive to your playing and your pick dynamics. Fantastic, really nice. So that is the kind of main low gain sound from the overdrive channel. If we crank the gain all the way up, because it's an SLO, you've got to do that. So let's switch over to one of the other presets. So here what I'm going to do is switch over to my crunch with OD2 engaged. So here we've got the second overdrive pedal engaged, and we're on the crunch channel. So we're on the normal channel, but the switch is set to crunch. If I take the drive pedal off, now turn it on. Again, super thick, really, really nice to play, feels really easy to play as well. And again, very pick dynamic. So if we turn the overdrive off, it's just responding, just like, you know, a real amp would do. Turn the pedal back on. Fantastic, really, really, really nice. Now, the clean tones are just as good as well. So if I switch over to the clean sound here that I've got, this is a, you know, basically running the amp here on the clean setting with the sort of the normal setting, but with the actual clean mode engaged. So rather than the crunch mode, the clean channel. And you can run the gain on the normal channel pretty high here and still get really punchy, beautiful clean tones. Now I do have the reverb dialed in quite high on this one. So this is more of an ambient kind of sound. Really, really, really beautiful. Now, if you combine that with the chorus as well, this is where you get into that kind of 80s vibe. So this is clean chorus, but now the bright switch is engaged on the amp. In the previous preset, it was switched off. So we had this kind of a sound with the chorus. Right switch engaged. Very, very versatile plugin. There's a lot of stuff that you can do here. Now, just to show you some of the other pedals on here, how they can combine, if we switch back to this clean preset here, it sounds great if you stack the overdrive pedal. So here is the clean channel. Let's just pull out some of that reverb, which I'll do just with the decay. Go back and switch on overdrive 1, which I've got set about to unity gain, and we get this. You can hear the clean bleed. Combine that with overdrive 2 with the actual mid or kind of upper mids or a treble boost. I slightly clipped there, let's just bring that output down. Those drive pedals sound absolutely fantastic. And of course, what you could do as well is combine either of those or one of those with the compressor pedal, or a really nice thing to do is use the compression pedal as a boost. So if you switch over to the overdrive channel and then have the overdrive about halfway up with no pedal engaged, let me just turn the volume down here. We can use the compressor pedal as a boost. So off. What a plugin, absolutely fantastic. The guys at Neural DSP have done it again. And not only that, obviously they've launched this at the same time as the Quad Cortex, which is even more astounding. So they are really, really on the ball at the moment. This thing is fantastic. There is, of course, a 14-day demo available as well. So if you just want to check it out and see how it feels, check out some sounds, check out the artist presets, so on and so forth, you can do that very, very easily. Of course, there's a standalone version, and you've got the DAW integration with all the standard formats, so VSTs, AUs, whatever you use on Mac or Windows. So there you go, guys. What a superb plugin from the guys at Neural DSP. Go and check it out. You'll find the link to it below to Neural DSP's website. Of course, as usual, if you enjoyed this demo, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons below and hit the bell notification icon to make sure you never miss any more of my content. Appreciate the thumbs up if you wish to, and of course, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about this fantastic plugin from the guys at Neural DSP. All right, more videos coming soon, integrating this with the Quad Cortex or the AXFX or any of those kind of hardware products. I think there's some cool stuff that you can do there that some people maybe haven't thought about. So looking forward to that. My name's Tom Quayle, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.